are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, hey, get through the day of right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. Yeah. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, oh, sing your highline on the roller coaster of life. You've got to choose your timeline with the roller coaster of
Transportation is just one of the many services that I provide.
We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night.
One trip to the street, courtesy of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
That was amazing. Is that how you travel all the time?
Only when my subway pass runs out.
stopped me on the street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day alright. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, single roller coaster of life. It's time to
What we got here? I think the freak show's down in Coney Island, kid. Am I supposed to laugh at that one? I just stopped in to introduce myself. The name's Spider-Man, creep, and you'll be thinking about me a lot from inside of a jail cell. You'll be sorry you messed with us, Spider Freak. Robbing this bank may be all about business. We're gonna take you out for free. For free, you say? Yeah, I was all worried because I left my spider wallet in the other costume. Watch this bug and get the loot.
It's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over. You gotta slip both arms around it and make it surprise. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, sing your high on the roller coaster of life. You've got to choose your time. It's the roller coaster of life. See how easily forget how it makes you wet. Every day life gets you down. I want to go down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole. And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Gotta stop you on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day alright.
This case doesn't look like it has enough money in it to justify an operation like this. These guys must do that for something else.
Imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go.
I better skitter away. I guess the NYPD isn't quite ready for a web shooting friend in a mask. Why can't they understand that I'm one of them guys?
Choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh, you seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't be telling about it. Please, got no business square your knees. There's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
Hey, little rascals, don't you guys know there are easier ways to get a ride in this city? Free radicals and you can't stop our message. You guys want to tell me that I can save money on car insurance? Free radicals can't be stopped by the law or a freak in a spider costume. York will be ours.
We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Thought I stopped you on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, breaking through the daylight. It seems a real ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Right, now we're cooking on my feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Sing your high. Roller coaster of life. It's winding on. Choose your timeline. On the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crowd. Got to own it. Don't let your nobody please. God forbid you screw your knees. There's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over and you gotta get both hands around it and make your plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Sing your high on the roller coaster of life. You got to all choose your timeline. Hit the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet.
of Aunt May are good enough to get me in, but maybe some sweet shots of Spider-Man can score me a spot in that class.
We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fellas left me on the street last night and said everything was alright. Roller coaster, came through the radar. Right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your highlights with the roller coaster of life. It's time to choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. You seem when everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't pretend about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, it's in your highlight on the roller coaster of life. You've got to choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole of life. And now it's about to me. Oh, roller coaster. Last night, he said everything's alright. Roller coaster, came through the radar. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, came through the radar. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your highlights with the roller coaster of life. It's time to choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. God forbid you you seem to easily forget how to place
I don't know what a psycho gang like the Radicals would want with genetic research, but something tells me it isn't about their healthcare plan. I need to pay this Dr. Green a visit. Wow, there's never any downtime when your after school job is being a superhero. I better get over there quick.
You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
guys just don't know when to quit. Stay behind me. I'll protect you.
And now, it's about to leave.
One order of punch to go. I understand you guys want to see the doctor, but you have to make an appointment first. Let's get back to where we left off before being so rudely interrupted. Why do you think the free radicals want your research?
That's the confusing part. It's gene therapy to induce limbally grown amputees, though Dr. Connors recently told me it's heard rumors of some of our colleagues investigating its weapons applications.
Dr. Connors? Dr. Curt Connors? I've heard of his work. He's a super genius, right?
He is. I've been working with him since his last partner, Richard Parker, disappeared. His research could change the world for good. But if somebody turned it into a weapon, it would shatter him.
Can you tell me where I can find Dr. Connors? These free radicals came for you. They may be targeting him as well.
He loves theater. Look for him around the theaters on Broadway. If he isn't at work, chances are he's there catching a show.
And now, it's about to leave.
Dr. Connors, I'm here because an anarchist group called the Free Radicals is after your research. They tried to kidnap one of your colleagues, and they may come after you next. I'm afraid you're too late, Spider-Man. I tried to hide the research in my private lab after they tried to steal it from the bank. They broke in and escaped with it. So that's what they were after at the bank. Dr. Green told me that your research may have weapons applications. Can the Free Radicals hurt people with it? No, right now it's a medical treatment. I suspect that some of my colleagues are trying to weaponize it, so I took the final parts of it out of the lab and was hiding it in the back. But now it's gone. I can't report it to the police or else call quietly for removing classified information from the lab. Dr. Connors, I want to help you get your research back. What you're doing is important to millions of people. Is there any way to track it down? Police have issued an arrest warrant for you. How do I know you aren't just some criminal in a cheap costume? Hey, this costume is custom made from the finest material. I wear it to protect my identity and the people I love the most. You just have to trust me, Doc. I probably shouldn't trust you.
the street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, went through the gray. It seems a miracle to get us gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Right now you're looking on my feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster,
I'm getting pretty sick of you freak radicals. Really cutting into my me time.
let's go. Oh, sing your high.
Yeah, joke all you want, spider punk. Putting the fear of radical evolution into New York. There'll be nothing you can do to stop the panic. Everyone will see that humanity is just animals. And anarchy will reign. You're wrong. I'm gonna keep people safe from whatever you're trying to do.
You seem to easily forget.
We're gonna transform this city into artificial of progress. You can't keep anyone safe. No one is safe from the free radicals.
God forbid you scrape
Dr.
your
Connors,
knees.
great news. I managed to recover your research from the free radicals. Now Oscorp won't even know it was missing.
Spider-Man, thank goodness you're here. You have to help me. 2 of my colleagues were kidnapped.
Keep calm, Doc. Do you know where they are?
They're being held somewhere across town by those free radicals. They want them to create a weapon for my research and are trying to force me to help them. I feel sick, Spider-Man. All I've ever tried to do is good, but the instinct of humanity is to turn everything ugly.
I'll get your coworkers back, Dr. Connors. I promise. I've been saving a lot of you scientists lately. If only teachers could get students as interested in science as these criminals are, maybe school wouldn't be such a drag.
And now you see it's a puzzle. Roller coaster.
Spider-Man, I thought I was done for. You have to help Dr. Mason. They still have her.
Don't worry, the spectacular Spider-Man is on the case.
You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. To Gonna stop me on the street last night. He said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day upright. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. Whenever daylight gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh,
Got you, Dr. Mason. Don't you know that flying is for the birds?
Spider-Man! Oh, I was so scared!
Relax, you're safe now. I need to know whether or not you helped them build a weapon out of Dr. Connors' formula.
I didn't want to, but I was so scared. They told us if we synthesized a gas, it would attack people at the genetic level. They'd let us go, and I just...
Yikes, this complicates matters a bit. Can you remember where they were holding you?
When we were captured, some thugs called the Deadbeats held us over at the piers, and then the free radicals took us to a building in Midtown to help with the gas. Please stop them before it's too late. I don't know what the gas will do. It's entirely untested.
down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole. We've been living in since all the fears are gone. Let us
about your crazy dogma. Tell me what I want to know, or you're gonna be street pizza.
Okay. We put that chemical agent aside is made in these containers. And the deadbeats put them around the city. I don't know where they are, I swear.
These guys are insane. I need to stop all of these from going off across the city.
On the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day right. It seems you're a little too
Hey, it's Gwen. I know she thinks Peter Parker's kind of a goofy guy, but I bet she'll love Spider-Man. Good afternoon, miss. This is just a courtesy visit from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, checking to make sure that everything is okay in your neighborhood.
If you're such a hero of the neighborhood, why do you need to hide your face behind a mask?
My barber gave me a really bad haircut, and I'm cripplingly self-conscious about it.
Oh, great. You think you're a funny guy. Well, my dad is a police officer, and he says you're a vigilante who interferes with the way the police do their job.
Hey now, I think the police do a great job, but there are some things that I can do that they can't. Let me show you what I've got to offer, and then maybe you'll change your tune.
And it's nothing to sneeze at. It's about time to do over and over. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. On the roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. On the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. Roller coaster. On the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day right. It seems you feel too but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Spanish stuck me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're looking on high feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day of right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're looking on my feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you better steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't you know the blues? Got big with smoke you lose. There's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. On the roller coaster of life, you've got to choose your timeline. It's the roller coaster of life. Tell me We've been living since so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, hey, get through the day out right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. It's
This map has a bunch of locations marked across the city. I'll need to check these places out.
It's taking over, it's about time.
jealous.
All the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, it's through the day out. Right. It seems a meal ticket is gone.
Hey, there are laws against vigilantes, you know. I can take you in right now.
Listen, I love legal trivia too, but there's no time. The free radicals and the deadbeats are working together. They've set gas bombs all across the city. I'm not sure if I can get to them all fast enough. I need your department's help.
No pumpkins are gonna take down the Big Apple on my watch. We'll help you. But don't think this makes what you do any more legal.
Trust me, I'm not expecting an invitation to the policeman.
Choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't let your emotions down it. God forbid you scrape your knee. There's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
dinosaurs into lizard creatures, and it's all my fault because I wasn't fast enough.
Let's go. Oh, sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. It's time to choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crowd. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it. God forbid you stay with me. It's nothing sneeze. Don't you you gotta shake both hands around it. It's taking over. It's about time.
One order of first you go.
We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, waking through the day, it's right. It seems a little ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. That's right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your heart line with the roller coaster of life. It's time to choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crowd. Got to
Hey,
own
big,
it.
green, and ugly. Why don't you leave those nice people alone and come play with someone more your speed? You can talk? All right, then you can.
you down. You gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
Picking on the science geeks back in high school, but don't you think you're a little old for bullying?
Stay out of this, webhead. You're interfering with official Oscorp business.
Well, you guys are interfering in official Spider-Man business, so it appears we have ourselves a little...
This freak has a pretty loud mouth. Let's shut it for him.
Doc Connors, are you okay? What happened? My formula. I couldn't make it work. Stay with me, Doc. I'm gonna get you to a hospital.
Been so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, wait through the day. Right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go.
He needs medical attention. Keep driving. I'll make sure you get there safely.
Roller coaster of life. It's time to choose your time. The roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When every day life gets you down, you gotta steal the crowd. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, so your high
This abomination is all their fault. They wanted me gone because I dared to challenge them. You have to stop them, Spider-Man.
Let's go. All sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. Yeah. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, sing your highline on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole.
Dr. Connors said that Oscorp was behind that lizard creature on the bridge, but unless I have proof, I can't do anything about it. I need to get in there and see if I can find out what they're up to. Think, Spidey, how can I get inside? I wonder if Gwen will go to a movie with me.
We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, walking through the daylight. It seems a real ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're kicking on high feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. Street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, take through the day upright. It seems the meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Down, you gotta steal the crown, got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you, yeah, you gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. It's taking over, it's about time. On the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown, got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. about time. Sing your highline on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole of life. And now it's about to leave. Roller coaster. Roller coaster. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Gotta stop you on the street last night, said everything's alright.
I can't believe it. After his formula was weaponized, Dr. Connors tried to test it on himself to prove it still had medical applications. The concentrated formula radically changed his DNA and turned him into the lizard creature. Oscorp wasn't trying to hurt him. They were trying to contain him. Dr. Connors is the lizard. Connors lied to me about Oscorp being behind the lizard. I've got to get over to the hospital now before he transforms again.
All sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down.
Ow, how rude!
What happened?
It was Dr. Connors. When the EMTs brought him in, he was burning up with fever. He kept saying that humanity had failed him, that the mammalian brain was too impulsive and emotional. I left for a moment to go get something to calm him down, but when I got back, he had turned into a monster, a giant lizard. That monster told me that the age of mammals had come to an end, and that he was gonna remake the city in his image. Please stop him, Spider-Man!
It means he must have duplicated the free radicals gas bomb canisters to disperse the lizard gas. I've got to find it before he can set them off.
You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. It's seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
Keep sneaking away like that.
Let's go. All sing your highlight. The roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
That'll show you who's the boss, Spider here.
Sing your coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline. It's the roller coaster of life.
Huh?
We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fell asleep on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, breaking through the day of light. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're looking on high feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life.
Connors, you have to stop this madness. We can try to turn you back to normal.
Stop calling me Connors.
Connors is dead. There is only one lizard now. And soon, all of New York will be just like me. Emotion at its finest.
Please, I know you're angry that your research was corrupted, but you're a good man. You wanted to help people.
Your simple mind doesn't understand anything, does it? As an evolved specimen yourself, I expected better. My serum can help you transform to your fullest potential. Have a taste.
On the roller coaster of life, you've got to all choose your timeline with the roller.
I feel like my brain is trying to escape through my eye sockets. I gotta get out of here.
Down the rabbit hole of life. And now it's about to leave. Roller coaster.
Bleeding, no broken bones. All right, time to take down Connors. Oh no, that blast busted my web shooter. I wonder if I can find a cab.
We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. On the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I don't know very much in something better. Now you're cooking on my feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again.
Hey, Bob, beat my fist. Lizard sees me, they may set it off. Can't drop in from above, so I'm gonna have to sneak over there.
easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, to stop me on the street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your highline with the roller coaster ride. It's time to choose your timeline.
Oh, hello. Tell you what, you stop trying to...
Curious. You are exposed to a full dose of my formula.
You seem
And
to
yet,
easily
you
forget
remain
how to place your
unchanged.
bet. When every
I was
day
sort
life
of scaly
gets you
for a minute,
down,
but I
you're
picked up
gonna
some
steal the
moisturizer.
crowd.
It did wonders for my skin. I think you could use some.
Your physiology is more unique than I thought. I'm going to have quite the time figuring it out. By dissecting you.
Yikes, the lizard's gone rage crazy. I need to stay out of his way and figure out how to disable these gas devices.
It's taking over. It's about time. Sing your highline on the roller coaster street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day right. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Sing your highlight with the roller coaster of life. It's time to choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Sing your highlight on the roller coaster of life. You've got to choose your timeline with the roller coaster of And now it's about to leave. Roller coaster. We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day right. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street.
Hey, you shouldn't blame others for your mistake. That isn't a healthy coping mechanism.
I should destroy you right now, but I haven't the time for this. There's more work to be done. We'll meet again, Spike. Unless you become my captain fast.
Choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily
What am I gonna do?
forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
I heard you.
Sing your highlight on the street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go on single highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh, you seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get your hands around it and break it in plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, single highline on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life.
Not fast enough without my webs. Got to think. Connors made his lizard formula at Oscorp. If I go there, maybe I can find a cure, or at least tools to repair my web shooters.
Spider-Man, I never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad to see you. The city, it's become a nightmare. That monster sabotaged a bunch of taxis to disperse that lizard gas. We've been trying to save people, but it's hard. Some of the taxis still have people in them, but some are now filled with lizards.
Let me help you. If we work together, we can save even more people before they transform.
You'd work with us even after the way we treated you? All right. But be careful. We've lost a lot of good men already today. Thank you, Spider-Man.
Anything to help. The police have always been heroes to me.
Since so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night. Said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time.
Hey,
Let's go.
Spider-Man!
On single highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh, you seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over.
Hey, Pop, meet my
You
fish.
gotta get both hands around it. Make it a plan. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Single highline nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
Save me. Thank you, Spider-Man.
And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. Oh, roller coaster. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. I slept on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day upright. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street.
Nick, fine. You're amazing, Spidey.
Let's go. All sing your highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster.
Here's a special delivery of pain, punk.
You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When every day life gets you down, you gotta steal the crowd. Got to own it. Don't pretend you're nobody, please. God forbid you slip your knees, and it's nothing to
One
sneeze
order
at.
of punch to go.
You over and over again. You gotta get both hands
I guess the cops were wrong about you.
You were exposed to that gas for a while. How did you avoid transforming?
I sampled a cure we were testing at Oscorp before Lizard stormed the building and destroyed it.
Is there any chance that any more of it survived the lizard attack?
They got it all. There was some of the base chemical left. Some people were trying to load it onto a truck, but I left before they could do it. I'm allergic to danger.
Well, I'm not. I'm gonna go stop those lizards from ruining everything.
Hey, Spider-Man, why are you running instead of swinging? You gonna catch the subway or something?
Oh, my web shooter kinda got busted, so I'm, jogging everywhere.
So it's a device, huh? Maybe I can help. Let me take a look at them. I have a double doctorate in chemical and micromechanical engineering. Let me see what I can do. Unless you're training for a marathon or something.
The scientist I saved said that they were trying to get the chemical compound I need out of the building. I'll bet it's in that truck. I better stop those lizards before they turn that lizard cure into lizard food.
about time. Oh, sing your high line on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fell asleep on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, breaking through the day of light. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now we're looking on high feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go.
Thanks, Spider-Man. If you wouldn't come along, the whole city would have been doomed. I got the last bit of chemical compound that we can use to make a cure.
Let me help you get it where it needs to go. Where are you taking it to synthesize it?
My colleague set up an emergency lab across town. She needs this chemical in order to transform everyone back to normal. You'll need to find a sample of the original formula, mix it with the cure she creates, and figure out how to distribute it across the entire city.
Well, you're in luck. I'm excellent at finding, figuring, and fixing. Spidey won't fail the city.
Scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, sing your high line
got something that can help me with this cure, I'd appreciate if you button your mouth. I don't know if you've noticed, but the city is filling up with lizards faster than the police can get control of them.
Well, you're in luck, good doctor. I happen to have here the base chemical for the cure.
You're amazing. If you weren't wearing that outlandish spandex underwear, I could kiss you.
Okay, first off, it's not underwear, it's a costume. And secondly, it's custom made and totally cool. Jeez, I don't know why people keep implying that I somehow look silly.
Oh no, lizards. If they interrupt this process, you can say goodbye to the cure and goodbye to New York City. You have got to distract them until I can finish my work.
It's taking over. It's about time.
This is too easy.
It's done. We have a cure for the lizard transformations.
Aw, and just as these scaly guys and I were finally becoming friends.
After you combine this cure with the original formula, you need to distribute it through the city. Waterworks uptown is probably the most efficient way. Here's my cell phone number so you can keep me posted.
I won't let you down, Dr. Green, and I promise no crank calls on your cell phone. Well, maybe just one or two.
You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of I want to go down the rabbit
could help me make a cure. You can't just blow it up.
Consider yourself added to our list of targets, creep. Neutralize the lab. End this bug, boys.
Yikes. Are you fellas sure you don't want to talk about this? We could do it over lattes. My treat.
We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day of life. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, that's right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All single high with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. Got to big you scrape your knees. There's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. All single highline on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day of life. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All single highline with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. Got to big you scrape your knees. There's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, yeah, get through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh, you seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, sing your high line on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life.
Lucky for me, New York City still puts fluoride in the drinking water. It looks like I can put the cure in this panel, and it'll spread through the whole water supply. Good grief! Don't these lizards have anything better to do than harass me all day? I know they're marauding monsters, but would it hurt them to find a hobby or take a coffee break?
fears are gone. Found a slappy on the street last night. He said everything's alright. Roller coaster, waiting through the day of night. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, well, now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better
coming, because once again, the day has been saved by the stupendous skills of the spectacular Spider-Man. Power outage. This is not ideal.
And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. Oh, roller coaster. We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Gotta stop
Here's a special delivery of pain,
said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through the day upright. It seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're kicking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time.
Hey, Dr. Green, it's Spider-Man. I ran into a little problem with power over at the waterworks, and now I don't think the cure is dispersing.
Yes. I heard that some of those monsters take part of the power grid. You'll have to figure out another way to spread it. Perhaps dispersing it over the city from the air would be effective.
Of course! I'll just spread my spider wings and fly up there. Unless you have a better idea, that is.
Hey, don't get smart with me. You're the superhero. You figure it out.
Right, okay then. Well, you have a nice day too. Hey, those police helicopters would be perfect for dispersing the cure. I've just got to get up to them.
And it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, sing your highlight on the roller coaster of life. We've got to all choose You gotta steal the crowd. Got to own it. Don't let your motor cruise. Got the biggest skip you lose, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roll like this time. It's taking over. It's about time. Sing your highline on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your time. It's the roller coaster of life.
I've seen you freak.
And now it's about to move.
I've got it. Horse authorized. Here's something for you. I've got it.
We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, get through that way right. Seems a meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're kicking on high feet in the killing street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go.
I get it! The lizards are changing back to normal. Now to go stop Doc Connors.
It's gonna be all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life.
I need to wash this costume later. Being a hero is dirty business.
You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it. Cruise. Got the biggest scrape you lose, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Sing your highline on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. Down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole. And now it's about to move.
As a deputy member of the New York City Wildlife Commission, I've been instructed to tell you that this area is already oversaturated with reptiles. Kindly step away from the bomb, Doctor.
You're out of your element here, Spider-Man. I defeated you during our last battle, and I'm more than willing to do it again. Maybe I'll even give you another dose of my love
It's just a malicious and misguided virus that can be cured.
Another trick up my sleeve. Do you like them, Spider-Man? There's enough gas in here to blow the entire state. And more than enough explosive power to turn you into Spider-Man.
Take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your high line with
You're insane! Bombs this size will level the entire block!
Revolutionary event has its originating cataclysm, Spider-Man.
You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. Whenever daylight gets you down, you gotta steal the crowd. Got to own it. Don't let your money on the keys. God forbid you scrape your knees. There's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, sing your high line on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. Roller coaster. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole of life. And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. Roller coaster. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems a real ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Now we're kicking on our feet in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go. Oh, sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. It's time to choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. You seem to easily forget how to place your bet. Whenever daylight gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and there's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. Oh, sing your high line on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all choose your timeline with the roller
formula. I'm gonna find him and I'm gonna take him down.
On the roller coaster of life, you've got to all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. Roller coaster. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole of life. And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. We've been living in sin so long, all the fears are gone. Got us up on the street last night, so everything's alright.
Connors, look around you. You've lost.
Stop calling me Connors. I know the time to send you more than anyone should understand. You use your gifts to do nothing but help people. And all we do is treat you like a criminal. It's the weakness of the human mind, Spider-Man. It's built to be irrational and cruel.
I know you feel that humanity has failed you. I know that you want to try and fix things, but this isn't the way to do it. Turning humanity into lizards isn't gonna solve any of your problems. Give up and come with me. It's over.
Nothing is over until I decide it is. You can't stop even a joke. You can't stop me. Now face your doom, Spider-Man.
You seem to easily forget how to place your
Oh
bet.
no, I don't have time to disarm the bomb. I'm gonna have to get through ugly and get that lizard gas out of there.
God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I told you over and over. You gotta get both hands around your regular plans. Roller coaster. to own it. Don't pretend nobody please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time.
Stay down. I don't want to hurt you, but I will.
I refuse to give up on my vision.
Street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, waking through the day. Right. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time.
Just relax, Dr.